If the deserted classrooms and abundant construction on campus weren't enough to give it away, summer is underway. And for many people, that means it's time to take that long-awaited vacation. Business Week estimates that more than 210 million people will be boarding flights to their travel destinations this summer, and more than 30 million people will be traveling internationally. One of the top 10 international destinations this summer is England. But for travel to some parts of England, it's not just the weather during your visit that will make or break your holiday plans. Many resort areas are still reeling from storms this past winter. Perhaps you're planning a visit to England's most showcase counties of Devon or Cornwall. Around 11 million people visit these southwest counties each year. But a series of winter storms put a damper on the tourism business. Beginning with the same storm system that stirred up the polar vortex frenzy here in the States, these storms caused enough damage to cut off the southwest from London and the rest of England by rail. On the night of February 4th, high seas washed away more than 100 meters of the 150-year-old seawall near the Dawlish train station, leaving the railway line hanging in midair like a swinging bridge. Dozens of other locations along the line also needed repair. The track was impassable for 2 months, leaving many travelers wary of booking any vacations. Repairing the railway line continued to be a fight against the weather for Network Rail's team of 300 construction workers. Known to the locals as the Orange Army, the workers built a temporary seawall made of 18 shipping containers to keep the sea away as they brought in 6,000 tons of concrete and 150 tons of steel. The line finally reopened on April 4th after more than £35 million, or $56 million, worth of repairs. So the big question remains, what caused all these storms? The answer is the same reason we saw many bursts of exceptionally cold weather here in the States. In a report published by the UK Met Office, the increased storminess is attributed to, quote, major perturbations to the Pacific and North Atlantic jet streams driven in part by persistent rainfall over Indonesia and the tropical West Pacific. For all the rain that caused delays for the repair, the UK Met Office says the only thing to blame is fundamental physics. While no storm was exceptional, it was the cluster of persistent strong storms that led to trouble. Unfortunately for these coastal villages, recent studies reviewed by the Met Office show increased chances for future storms to take the more southerly track across the Atlantic that led to so much trouble this past winter. Throughout much of the picturesque English Riviera, other signs of these winter storms still remain. Meadfoot Beach in Torquay saw its share of strong waves as well. The sand is still littered with large stones that used to be a part of the walkway along the beach. Dorset's iconic Pom-Pom Rock vanished into the sea, and 25,000 tons of cliff fell away in Teignmouth. Fears of future landslides still remain because of saturated ground. But don't let the winter weather woes continue to deter your travel plans. Despite the continued construction to strengthen the seawall, it's hard to imagine now the ferocious seas in Dawlish this past winter. So make your travel plans. The railway is back and the train station repaired. Regardless of the weather now, or the weather this past winter, enjoy the hard work of the Orange Army and all the others who are helping to restore these wonderful vacation destinations. And here's to hoping the weather is a bit nicer to all of us next winter. For Weather or Not, I'm Christina Ruel.